my blog.stampwithelaine.com and welcome to the fourth and final card in my Bear Hugs bundle series. In week 1 we did this card, week 2 the honeycomb card, and week 3 we did the wood grain textured embossing folder card with a pop-up element. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, do pop back to my YouTube channel and watch it from the beginning. For my finale we're doing this card, and this is a relatively simple one compared to the pop-up card we did last week. And because this stamp set was all about bear hugs, I just had to make a card with Mama Bear hugging Baby Bear and Baby Bear wiggles. The additional stamp sets I'm using are Watercolor wash and the Timeless Textures stamp set. I need some wire and a wire cutter and some tools to make the toggle with. Basic black archival ink and mint macaron ink. Card base is half an A4 sheet, 4 1/8 by 11 3/4, that's 10.5 by 30 centimeters. The mint macaron layer is 5.5 by 3 3/4, that's 14 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. And the whisper white layer that nestles onto this mint macaron layer is 5 1/4 by 3.5, so that's 13.3 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters. Some basic jewels, the rhinestones. As you can see, this stamp is rather big and the pattern is too big for the cardstock, and if I want to incorporate these little edges here to give it that watercolor effect, essentially I will have to mask the stamp on either side so that I cut out the middle portion and just stamp the two ends. So I'm going to ink up this half first, and I'm going to stamp off because I want it a gentler look. Mask it. You can see I've had a trial run, and stamp that first, then ink up this side, stamp off, and then stamp on and make sure that it's all covered. So I think I want my line about that. There'll be a slight bit of overlapping. Adhere it to my card so I don't lose it. When I'm crafting, I spend half my time looking for missing bits of paper. I don't know if you're like that. So at least if I glue it on now, I won't be hunting for it later. Masking. So I'm going to punch a 3/4 inch hole, circle, to pop on Mama Bear's tummy. Ink up Mama Bear with the basic black ink, and remember to take that off before you stamp. Then I'm going to use the 1/2 inch circle punch, and remember to punch it where there is a bit of sticky on it, otherwise when you stamp on it the post-it note will come off when you don't want it to. Now I can take that off and stamp Baby Bear. I also want to stamp the bow tie. I think I'll stamp 2. Bring in my magnetic platform, cardstock, Place my dies on securely. Then I'm ready, top cutting plate, and I'm ready to run it through the big shot. I want to stamp not the entire bear, but just the arms. So I'm just going to pop her on top like that, so that her arms are stamped as well. Next I need to use the ink to colour the panda where his arms are a darker shade. And then just round the eyes. And round the legs. I'll do the same for Baby Bear, just round the eyes. And the arms. Colour in the skirt. Bone folder to just curl the arms round a little bit. Tombow to glue Mama Bear's skirt on. Bring our card back and glue Mama Bear to the cardstock, card base rather. Glue her bow on. Now we want to make our toggle, so just wind it round a pencil. In this case I'm just winding it round my pointy tool. So you want to wind 2 whole ones and half a semicircle, and then cut the other half off at the semicircle with a wire cutter. Now I don't know what gauge this is, but you want it so that the metal is soft enough to spring back and forth. If the wire's too thick, then it won't have that wobble, wibble, wobble action. Punch out 2 circles. This is a 3/4 inch circle. You don't want it too big because it's got to go behind the bear. Tore off some sellotape and I threaded it through. Can you see that? And then popped the circle on top. Trim off the excess sticky tape, and then you do the same thing on the other side. So sticky tape again, thread it through the spring so that the sticky side is facing the cardstock that you want to stick it onto. Marry up the 2 circles and then trim off the excess sticky strip. So you might want to trim it a little bit more where the spring is. Just pop a glue dot on the back. Pop it on Mama Bear's tummy, and then another glue dot on the top, and you pop Baby Bear on, and you can see how he wobbles now. A wink of Stella on his tummy to make him shiny. Nobody hugs like a mother. I'll just stamp it in basic black. And punch it out with a washi tape punch. I want it a little bit narrower. A full-size mint macaron piece, and then that can be matted onto this other piece. It might be a bit too wide, so I'll just trim off a section. So, Tombow on the back, and attach that to the washi label. A couple of dimensionals on the back, basic rhinestones. Glue that onto my card base. Inside of the card I'm going to use this checkered one and the fleur de lis in mint macaron. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Instead of the rolling titles on my video, you will find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. They will also be listed on my blog. You can also connect with me through my Facebook page, Pinterest, or my YouTube channel here at stampwithelaine.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!